All right, imagine this, right? You get a gift and you're like, ooh, what is this? You tear off the wrapping paper, excited to see what's inside, and then you see it. A plain, clear plastic box.
Oh, wow.
Totally empty.
Yeah.
Not even like a cute little bow or anything.
Yeah.
Just nothingness.
Interesting.
And that's how Stephen Pinkwart, he's a slam poet,
Yeah.
sets the scene in this excerpt we're looking at today from his book,
Okay.
The Perfect Nothing.
The perfect nothing.
And today, we're going to kind of dive into how he uses this nothing, which is almost insulting, to create powerful slam poetry. Right.
Yeah. What I think is really fascinating here is how he's playing with our expectations about gifts.
Right.
We're so used to, like, a gift, there's some effort behind it, there's some meaning.
Oh, yeah.
And this transparent box, especially if it's like, kind of a cheap one, it immediately throws those assumptions out the window.
I was like, wow, thanks for the literal representation of all my hopes and dreams, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But he doesn't just start by describing the box.
Yeah.
He actually walks us through his emotional reaction to it, which, spoiler alert,
Okay.
is not warm and fuzzy.
Oh, no. Oh, wait.
He describes it as an insult, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
He doesn't hold back.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
He's like, this is a cruel joke, and he even writes that the box seems to whisper,
What?
this is all you deserve.
Ouch.
Yeah, so not only is the gift itself nothing, but it also makes him feel like nothing.
Yeah, double whammy.
It's a double whammy of existential angst right there, yeah.
Exactly.
But here's where it gets really interesting, right?
Okay.
He uses this whole experience, this negative experience, to teach other slam poets
Yeah.
how to craft impactful pieces.
Oh, interesting.
So it's like, lemonade out of lemon, this situation.
Yeah.
And his first lesson, make the audience the suspect. Instead of directly attacking the audience, which can be off-putting,
Right.
he uses the scenario to make them feel complicit in the emptiness.
So he describes, for example, people laughing at the box. But then he turns it around and he implies that they're the ones lacking substance, not the box.
Oh, that's smart.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of genius.
It is.
He's not saying you're all shallow and meaningless.
Yeah.
It's more like, hey, you're laughing at this empty box, but are you really any different?
Exactly.
Are your lives any fuller?
It makes you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's pushing the listener to confront their own insecurities, right?
Yeah.
It's like they become active participants in the poem's message,
Yes.
whether they like it or not.
Whether they like it or not, right.
That's really clever.
It's like that saying, if you spot it, you got it. But in this case, it's like, if you laugh at it, you are it.
Oh, okay.
Not as catchy, but you get the point.
I get it.
So the audience becomes both judge and judged, forced to kind of examine their own lives and values
Right.
in the context of this nothingness, which brings us to his second lesson, which is the power of the pause.
Okay.
He really emphasizes that moment of opening the box, finding nothing,
Right.
and letting that silence sink in.
Oh, the silence.
Think about it. That split second of anticipation, followed by absolutely nothing.
Wow. Yeah.
It's like a theatrical pause
Yeah.
that amplifies the impact of the emptiness.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And Pinkwart, being a seasoned slam poet,
Right.
knows how to wield silence as a weapon on stage.
Yeah.
He
Sure.
actually gives an example in the text
Oh, okay.
for how to use this in a performance.
Right.
He says, I open the box, pause. It's empty, pause. Just like you when you gave it to me.
Oh, man.
That drop.
Those pauses are doing a lot of work there. Like they're forcing the audience to sit with the discomfort, to confront their own reactions and judgments.
It's like he's saying, I'm not going to spell it out for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to let the silence speak for itself.
Right.
And you're going to squirm a little while you figure out what it all means.
That's great. So it's a brilliant way to engage the audience on a deeper level than it makes them think and feel instead of just passively listening.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got this empty box, this feeling of being insulted, and now this strategic silence heightening the tension, right?
Right.
And what does he do with all this?
I don't know. What does he do?
He turns it into art.
Of course he does.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's his third lesson, transforming emptiness into art.
Transforming emptiness into art.
This nothing box becomes a catalyst. It's not about the object itself.
Right.
It's about the thoughts and feelings that it provokes.
I see. Okay.
He even compares it to a punch in the face,
What?
but in a good way.
Okay.
Of course, I clarify that.
Yeah. It's like a wake-up call.
Right.
A jolt
Oh.
to the system.
It makes you pay attention.
It makes you pay attention.
And that's what he believes good art does. So it doesn't necessarily give you all the answers,
Okay.
but it asks questions.
Oh, interesting.
It makes you look inward,
Yeah.
grapple with these complex emotions and ideas.
Think about art that's really moved you.
Yeah.
Was it always pretty or perfectly polished?
Right.
Sometimes the most powerful pieces are the ones that leave room for your own interpretation, that force you to confront the uncomfortable or the unknown.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So Pinkwart takes this whole experience, which started out as an insult,
Yeah.
and he uses it to fuel his creative process.
Okay.
He writes a slam poem about this nothing box. And in doing so, he gives it meaning.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
So it's like he's taking this emptiness
Yeah.
and transforming it into a statement.
Yes.
A reflection on the potential that exists even in the absence of something.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
It's a fascinating paradox,
It is.
isn't it?
It is.
And that's what he says poetry is all about. It's not just about filling our heads with pretty words, but it's about opening us up
Yeah.
to new ideas,
Right.
feelings, and ways of seeing the world.
He even challenges the idea that true emptiness is even possible.
Right.
Because after all, even this nothing box is something. It's an object. It's a concept.
It sparked this whole discussion.
It did. It sparked this whole discussion.
Yeah.
The box might be physically empty,
Yeah,
but it's taken on a whole new significance through this process.
exactly.
Nothing has become something
Yes.
simply by being observed and interpreted.
I love that.
Yeah. It reminds me of that quote that's attributed to Bruce Lee.
Okay.
Empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. If you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, and it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. But in this case, it's more like, if you put nothing into a box, it becomes like a powerful metaphor for human existence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty epic, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
The nothing kind of takes on the shape of the meaning we give it.
Exactly. Yeah, and Pinkwart goes even further with that.
Okay.
He suggests that true mastery isn't about accumulating knowledge,
Okay.
but it's about embracing the void, the emptiness, where true creativity and insight can flourish.
Which, of course, leads us to
Oh, yeah.
his Poetry Master course.
Yes.
He uses this whole nothing box experience as like a prime example of how to take something seemingly insignificant and transform it into powerful art.
Right. Yeah, it's a clever marketing tactic, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
He's not just telling us his course is great. He's showing us how it can help us tap into our own creative potential.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if I can make an empty box captivating,
Right.
imagine what you could do after taking my course.
You know, it's funny. I was skeptical at first.
Okay.
But the more we're like discussing this, the
Yeah.
more I'm like, oh, okay, I see the potential in this nothing concept, you know?
I think so.
It's like those optical illusions
Yeah.
where you stare at a blank space long enough
Yeah.
and suddenly like an image appears,
Right.
you know?
That's a great way to put it.
Right.
It's about training ourselves to see the possibilities hidden within the seemingly empty spaces.
Pinkwart even ends the excerpt with this challenge to the reader.
Okay.
He's like, do you want to be the kind of slam poet who is quickly forgotten like a glass of water?
Uh-huh.
Or the ones who leave a lasting impact like this nothing box?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite a statement.
It's a powerful call to action.
It is.
He's pushing us to be bold, to embrace the unconventional,
Yeah.
and to use it to create something truly memorable.
Absolutely.
So, what does this all mean for our listeners?
Yeah.
What are their nothing boxes?
Yeah, I mean, it could be anything, right?
Right.
A blank page staring back at you,
Okay.
a period of unemployment,
Mm.
a relationship that's ended,
Yeah.
anything that initially feels like a void, an absence of something.
It's about reframing those experiences,
Yes.
those empty spaces, as opportunities for
Right.
growth and creativity.
Yeah, so instead of feeling defeated by writer's block, you see it as a chance to explore new ideas.
Exactly, yeah.
Or instead of mourning a lost relationship, you use that time to rediscover yourself.
Right, yeah.
It's about finding the poetry, the meaning in the unexpected,
Yeah.
even in the things that initially seem mundane or insignificant.
This episode has been like such a good reminder
Yeah.
that sometimes the most profound discoveries
Mm-hmm.
aren't about filling ourselves up.
Yeah.
with more information, but about learning to appreciate the emptiness, the gaps, where our imaginations can truly run wild.
And who knows, maybe by embracing the nothing, we'll unlock a level of creativity and insight that we never knew we had.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, for those who are ready to take that journey, to delve into the depths of their own nothingness and see what emerges,
Right.
Pinkwart offers a roadmap in his Poetry Master course.
Yeah, which we will include a link to in the show notes, of course. For anyone who wants to learn more about that.
Definitely.
And remember, as Pinkwart so cleverly put it, the best texts are like the nothing box. They seem like nothing, but they stay with you forever.
So true.
Right.
Sometimes the things that initially appear empty or insignificant are the ones that leave the most lasting impact.
And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive into the unexpected power of nothing.
Yes.
We hope you've enjoyed exploring these ideas with us.
It's been a thought-provoking conversation, to say the least.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
It's like he's giving us permission to embrace the unconventional, to find beauty and meaning in the unexpected.
And maybe that's the biggest takeaway from all of this.
Yeah.
It's not just about slam poetry.
Right.
It's about life. We're so conditioned to seek out the something, the tangible, that's easily defined.
Right. Yeah.
But what if
Yeah.
true fulfillment comes from
Okay.
exploring the nothing, the spaces in between?
What if those empty spaces are actually the fertile ground where creativity, innovation, and self-discovery truly blossom?
It's kind of a mind-bending concept.
Yeah.
But I think he's onto something here.
I agree.
He's challenging us to rethink our assumptions about what's valuable, what's meaningful, and what truly matters.
And for those who are ready to take that journey,
Yeah.
to delve into the depths of their own nothingness and see what emerges,
Right.
Pinkwart offers kind of a roadmap in his Poetry Master course. It's a practical guide to harnessing the power of language, silence, and even emptiness to create art that resonates.
And we will include a link in the show notes for anyone who wants to learn more.
Absolutely.
And remember, as Pinkwart so cleverly put it, the best texts are like the nothing box. They seem like nothing, but they stay with you forever.
So true.
Right.
Sometimes the things that initially appear empty or insignificant are the ones that leave the most lasting impact.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the unexpected power of nothing.
It does.
We hope you've enjoyed exploring these ideas with us.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been fun.
It has.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.